Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Tosin and I'm a makeup artist based in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm starting this new series where I talk about a couple of things that I think you should know as a beauty business owner, focusing majorly on makeup because that's my niche, talking about niches. Yes, today we're going to be talking about a couple of things that you should know before deciding on a particular niche in the beauty industry. Now, the beauty industry is very wide. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. It is big, like it is big. And if you're interested in joining, as much as people would say it is overpopulated and there's just like a lot of people already in it, I think that there's still space in certain issues that don't have a lot of people. So we're going to be talking about some of the things that you should consider before starting out your beauty journey, just so that you have like all your bases covered. Okay, so if this is something you're interested in, keep watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and your loved ones. So let's dive straight into it. So I'm going to be starting with obviously the geography. Where do you stay? If you're based in a place like Nigeria, for example, you have to look around. The economy is tight. It's a third world country. Okay, let's just say developing country, but you get my point. So your chances of succeeding in certain areas are lesser than chances of succeeding in other areas. Obviously, that doesn't mean you should be myopic in your choosing of a niche. Like, I think I need to give examples so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so I discovered rather someone on YouTube that she niched down, and what she does is male grooming. Like, so all she does is facials for guys and waxing for guys. And I'm like, okay, that is fantastic. That's something I've never thought about. But guess what? In Nigeria, for example, like the average Nigerian male doesn't even believe in self-care. They don't like do so much of personal care, like even taking care of their skin. It's a struggle to even get them to use sunscreen, so getting them to try waxing might be a bit difficult, and also niching down on that might mean that you don't have as regular clients as you think you should. So yeah, that's like what I mean by geography. The geography also really matters. Like, you have to think about what do people want, what are the requests that they are making in your location. Geography should also be kind of streamlined. So I don't want you to think about Nigeria as a whole. I want you to think about your locality. Where do you stay? Do you stay in Ibadan? Do you stay in a mega city like Port Harcourt, Abuja, or Lagos? These are the questions that you should ask yourself before choosing a specific niche. In your area, for example, if you're like in a student area, if you start selling like skincare products, you probably would sell better than if you are in like a residential area in like maybe Ife, for example. If you're in Ife, you'd probably sell more to students, and so you can look like, okay, oh no, I'm switching already to demography. So, but let me just stick to geography. What do they need in Lagos? What do they need in Ibadan? What do they need in Ife, where I stay? Or if I plan to move to Abuja, what is like the trending thing there that like people are actually asking for? Not like a market that I have to create, an existing market that I can now come in and make a difference. Another thing I would like to talk about is the demography. So now you want to consider like, what's your age range and the age range around the location that you're based. Or you want to think about what age range would I like to service. Now, when I started my makeup business, for example, I was like 20 years old, and so the people around me were mostly students. I was a student myself. I was in the university. Now, that's one of the major reasons why I tell people that I didn't start with Gele, because people were not tying Gele in school. So if, for example, I had started out as a Gele artist in school, I might not have been as booked. I will not have been as booked as I was as a makeup artist. Do you understand? So me starting out as a makeup artist in school made sense, because I mean, there were dinners, birthday parties, get-togethers, whatever. Girls would always want to do makeup, but like Gele in school then wasn't so popular. So that's like what I mean by the demographics. There are certain things that within your demography, the age that you service, they probably don't use it as much, or they can't afford it as much. While we're in school, like I think the most expensive nail artist in school then was like collecting maybe 5,000 naira. Moving now to Lagos, for example, that's like an average amount for nails. It's not exactly expensive. It's just right. especially if you stay on the island, for example. So now what you want to think about is your age range, the age range you want to service. Are they between 25 and 35? Are they within 18 and 22? Are they within 40 and 50? Now this would now help you decide which kind of beauty business you want to start, and like the amount of money that you'll be charging. So you must bear in mind that the younger demographic earns less money. They earn less money, so this means that they cannot afford to pay premium on certain services. It's not like they don't want to, it's just that they don't have the money, honestly. So you have to consider all of these things when you're trying to pick a niche for your beauty business. Another thing I would like you to think about is, what is it that people say you are good at? Like when like you service people or when you do certain things, what is it that people say, oh my god, I love when you do this thing, or I think you'll be an excellent this thing or that thing. And what are things that you actually genuinely like and things that you dislike. So minus all the externalities now, like demography, geography, and the others that I will be mentioning, there are some things that are intrinsic, like they are part of you. So I, for example, I don't like hair. Like since when I was small, even washing my hair was a problem. That's why my mom was so frustrated. She cut my hair and my sister's hair because we were just, I don't know about hair. And I didn't like the feel of hair on my hands. I remember when I was in boarding house, certain seniors would call me to come and loosen their hair, and it irritates me because just the feel of the dry feel of hair on my hands, as well as the smell of the hair, it just used to piss me off. So I knew for a fact that in the beauty industry I wasn't going to go into hair because I just didn't like hair. Like I like hair, I like weave-ons, I like looking good, I love my braids presently, but like I would not like to be a hairstylist. I would be totally miserable. So no matter how much money people are paying for hairstyling these days, I don't really care because I don't like hair. Like I'm sorry, but it is just what it is. There are some people, there's a nail artist that I've met that doesn't like pedicure. She absolutely hates it. So that kind of person would probably niche down on nails and leave pedicure, because you can niche down on nails and not do pedicure. People will want to say that, okay, you're missing out because most people want to do pedicure and everything, but it's as easy as collaborating with a pedicurist and you guys should share a space. It's a very simple solution, honestly. You don't have to be the one offering all of the services available in the beauty industry. You're the hairstylist, you're the makeup artist, you're the nail artist, you're also the skincare therapist. All those things do not exactly, like, at the end of the day, you become like known for everything and then nothing in particular, and that's a problem. You're losing out on a huge market of people that will trust you for just one thing. Niching down helps you to create mastery. I don't know how to explain it, but like when you do something over and over and over again, trust me, you're going to become a master, as opposed to you just doing several things and being average on a scale of 1 to 10. You're just like 5. You can do one thing and become like the best in your industry, the best in your city. Do you get? And then you become the number one, and then you make a lot of money. That sounds more appealing to me. And as a businesswoman, it just makes more sense than dividing yourself across this many activities that might not at the end make you that much money. Honestly, I don't know. It's just me. I know I started out this video saying that, oh, the sky is wide and the beauty industry, even though it has a lot of competition, no, there's still space. And it's true. You should believe me when I say it's true, because I see people that have just started beauty, maybe makeup, in the last 3 years, and they're doing amazingly well. I'm being dramatic, but you get my point. So yeah, back to our discussion on how to choose a niche. One of the things you should consider also is your competitors. What is your competitive advantage? What is it that you're bringing that other people don't have? Like, are there a lot of people in that field? Is it something that you can come into that field and become a trailblazer? You're the one that just comes in and suddenly everything just changes and you're just like the biggest name out there and all of that. Is it like that? Or is it something that you have to struggle and fight to be seen? So what I'm saying is, are you going to choose to be a big fish in a small ocean, or you're going to be a small fish in a big ocean? So you're going to like have to decide like what you want to do. I love a good challenge. Like personally, I just realized like I don't my best friend feels like it's like hustle mentality that is like wrong with me and most of Nigerians, honestly. But like I just like the challenge. I like the challenge. Do you understand? When I had to choose where to move to after school, initially I wanted to stay in Ibadan. I didn't want to move. I'd already calculated cost of rent and all of that. I just felt like, okay, why am I living Ibadan? It's good enough for me. And then after a while, I just said, okay, wait, I actually don't want to stay in Ibadan. I would like to move out. Then I started considering Abuja. Then I started making inquiries and talking to Abuja makeup artists and some of my other mentors that have been in the business for a while. I realized that Abuja is a very peaceful place. Cost of living is relatively cheap compared to places like Lagos, for example. People say it's the same thing, but I think it's quite cheap. I think Abuja is cheaper than Lagos. So I thought about all of that, and then I realized that the major problem for me was that Abuja, things don't happen in Abuja as much as in Lagos. Like the biggest, think about it, the biggest shows, the biggest movies, a lot of things that are happening are in Lagos. So it pays for me to be in the center of it. Like I need to be close to the action. Do you understand? And that was what like influenced my decision to move to Lagos as opposed to living in Abuja. I had started making plans, guys. I wanted to go to Abuja Law School so that after law school I'll just do NYSC and I'll just stay in Abuja. So that's how much I did my research. And then this is like, that's what happened in my head, and that's how I chose my location, and it has really influenced my business. Like this is a conversation for an entirely different video, but I just want you to know that you have to think about you have to think about, what was my initial point? Gosh, I've forgotten. You have to analyze your competitors. You have to analyze your competitors. Think about your competitive advantage. What are you bringing to the table differently? How strong is the competition? Can you ride the tide, or do you think you're going to be carried away? What is it like for you, like in your head? Do you think it's something you want to do, or you would just pick somewhere else and settle? Which is not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. It's not. It's just we're different people. So you know yourself, and then you decide that, okay, if I pick this niche, the competition is too much. I cannot handle it. So I'm going to just pick this niche where there seems to be less competition, and I can thrive and become a trailblazer in this one. Do you get what I'm saying? Another thing I want you to consider when choosing your niche is trends and behaviors. I don't know how to explain it, but like, it's like you sitting down and projecting, like, okay, honestly speaking, let me just tell you, when I chose makeup, I just chose it because I liked it, and that's it. But is that like the best approach to take when choosing a niche? No. You have to be intentional. If you know that you really want to make money from beauty, then think about it like a long-term thing. Think about the trends in the beauty industry now, and think about like the behavior of consumers, or basically your clients. What do you think is going to change in the next, let's say, 5 years? And how can you position yourself in such a way that when it changes, you're like number one? I can't answer these questions for you. But for example, I was checking trends in beauty recently, and I realized that people are actually doing makeup in the metaverse. I don't know a lot about Web3. But I'm just going to tell you for a fact that if you can do your research and probably start doing something in line of that, maybe if it becomes a thing later in future, you would be like number one on the list, and you just be like everybody's mentor. Do you understand? So you should like take cognizance of trends and behavioral pattern of your consumers. Now take note that trends are trends. They are short spikes in change in human behavior. Like it means like in the next 1 year it might not be a trend anymore. But you can still switch. I think that the beauty about being in the beauty industry is that it's very dynamic. It's very easy for you to switch from one thing to the other. If today I want to switch from being a makeup beautician to going into like skincare, it's not too hard. My target audience is almost the same thing, and I already have I have knowledge of it. Do you understand? And if I need to get more knowledge, I know where to go to. Without me babbling, I hope you get my point. I hope these points have been well passed across, and I really do hope that like you guys have learned something from today. If you like this video and you want to see more of things like this, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. and also follow our Instagram page, the Beauty Business NG. The page is just created to basically grow a community of beauty business owners in Nigeria, and also just we can connect with one another. We can have very important conversations as well as network with one another. You don't know. Yeah. So follow the Beauty Business NG, like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.